Hi, welcome. I'm Jessie Walters with Charles Rutenberg. I'm here today to tell you guys about what I have listed, and we're going to talk with a actual guest on the second half. And we're going to talk actually about just different opportunities that he may have and for investments, stuff like that. So we're going to stay tuned on that one. But first I want to show you my new listings, and then we'll go from there and what's still available. I had one that was under contract, and then it fell through. The buyer's financing fell through at 7317 Diane Drive in Newport Richey. This home was reduced because they were super motivated. So it's $259,900 and it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. The bathrooms have been redone, and the house shows literally like a little show house. It's 1595 square foot, and it's just a great opportunity for a new homeowner, a retiree, just really nice. This room in the back has, actually they've put a different floor back there, and it looks really good. I have to update the picture on that one. Again, this one's $259,900. The kitchen, it's all just neat and tidy, and like I said, it does show like a show home as far as the setup and the layout, just really super cute. And there's a little pantry area in the kitchen for storage. And I like how she has little baskets in there too. And this is, again, they have 2 living rooms. So this one has like a little step for a drop-down living room here. And as you can see, it has blinds, a newer fan, laminate floors. And this one also has a really nice barn door on it too, which is in the closet in that living room. Again, this is the area which actually they have put different flooring in now, but it's that lacquer, which I'm going to, like I said, update the pictures. But you got French doors that go out to a brand new porch that's under roof, and all the aluminum on that porch is all brand new. So it's a nice place to sit. This is the second bathroom. So as you can see, it's a great area for, it fits in there. It's not a huge bathroom, but it's a second bathroom. And in those homes like downtown Newport, or actually in Newport Richey, that second bathroom is ideal. Those are the barn doors I was talking to you guys about. That's in the second living room. So it has a nice coat closet there. It's actually pretty good size, as you can see, with the double doors. And that front door is beautiful too. This is one of the bedrooms. They use it as an office, and so you can see the size actually of how big that is. You got 2 windows as well, and that one is the computer area. There's a huge computer screen there to the left as well. Of course, it doesn't convey, but that you could see how big that room is, and that has laminate floors. This one is the master, and again, a good size room. I like those older homes because the rooms are so much bigger than the new construction. They'll say, oh, there's five bedrooms, and the one looks like a huge master closet. So these bedrooms, pretty good size, laminate flooring, fresh paint, new fan, new blinds. So just a nice, like real pretty house as far as the layout and as far as what she's done with it too. It looks like it is staged and stuff. There's a 3rd bedroom, which she does a studio or like a antique boutique out of her house. So this looks like a little shop. And as you can see how big it is, again, this is a 3rd bedroom. And you can see all the stuff. If you guys want to buy any of the clothes, those are all for sale. And here's the back porch I was talking to you guys about. This is all new in the back porch, all that aluminum. The other porch that she had there, she took out and put this brand new enclosure in. So it does look really nice back there. And it's a great place for entertaining. Washer dryer inside, which is always nice with Florida, to have that actually in an air-conditioned space rather than a garage area. So that's a plus. So a lot of people will not buy a home without that. This is the rear shot of the home, and as you can see the porch on there, and then it has like a little overhang for the sliding glass doors, so you can step out there if it's raining without getting soaking wet. And it's a good sized area. It's fenced in the backyard. So it's a real nice, if you have pets or if you have kids, a real nice space. It's a good size for a residential neighborhood. This is located off of US 19 in Newport Richey. And there's another angle there. Got a little fire pit there too. So already ready for the cocoa and the marshmallows and the graham crackers and chocolate and Hershey's and, oh, sorry, I got sidetracked. Here's a front view, and as you can see, the trees in the back, the one tree is mature tree, so you have shade. You're going to have a breeze off that, and it's not overhanging the house, even though it looks like it from here. That's just an optical illusion. It's a little bit back, but it is good for tree houses or, you know, if you have kids and stuff like that. But you can see the fence, and so that was 7317 Diane Drive. 3-bedroom, 2-bath available. Come see it today. I have people out there looking today. So if you want to see it, just let me know. Hopefully it'll be available for you to take a look at. I have another one at 12507 Stagecoach. That one is located in Hetson, and this one is a 4-bedroom. So if that one wasn't big enough, we've got this 4-bedroom here. It's $349,900, and it's 2,047 square foot. This home is located in Beacon Woods. Beacon Woods has a rule that you can't rent your house out for, you have to own it for 2 years prior to renting it out. So if you're thinking about, oh, I'm not sure if I want to move in for that price, I can always rent it out. Actually in Beacon Woods, you can't rent them out for 2 years. You got to hold them. So, so at this price, $349,900, great house, brand new kitchen, brand new cabinets, brand new backsplash, brand new floors, brand new paint, brand new light fixtures, and everything in this house brand new. Smells brand new too. It smells like a new construction home. And there's 2 Lazy Susans in those corner right next to the dishwasher. So you don't have just one Lazy Susan in there. You've got 2. Nice space in the kitchen. And there's also the windows, which you can open and serve outside if you're entertaining. You got stainless steel appliances and just the subway tile in the background with the light gray grout line just makes the whole thing pop. It's kind of hard to see on this picture, but when you get in there, you can actually definitely see it, and you can see the that color of the actual granite is really nice too. Actually, I think it's quartz, but anyway, it's very, very pretty. And you got brand new doors with the 6 panel doors. All throughout the whole house too, so that's pretty nice. And you got the crown molding and the larger baseboard too. So you've got some real nice upgrades in that house. This is the living room area looking out to the road. You can see there's some nice trees in the front yard, and of course once you get the blinds up, you're going to have a more, you know, obviously private area there, but you can see how big those windows are. Lots of natural light coming through. And that's the front door there too, which the front door is very pretty. This is another view of that living room area. And to the right where that little entranceway is the kitchen, and to the left is the master. So the master is on the downstairs floor. So if you're worried about, if I buy this, it's a 2-story, don't worry, the master's on the downstairs. So you're not going to have to go upstairs. You can just use that as a guest room if you're worried about climbing stairs. So. But this is another angle of the living room area, so you can see how big this is. And it's got a new fan there too. And this is the 2nd bedroom, new blinds, new slider, you know, on the closet doors, new sliding closet doors. Again, the same laminate throughout. And this is the living room area. And it has entrance to a back porch patio. And there's those beautiful front doors. And there's a rock wall right when you walk in too. There's the actual rock wall there. You can't go rock wall climbing there unless you're like maybe 4 years old, but otherwise, just kidding. And then you've got the master. This is looking backwards through the master. So if you want to sneak out on your back porch and the kids are sleeping, you can go right through your sliding glass door here and sneak out there. And that back porch you can even close or you can leave it open, just depending on how much you know, how much breeze and stuff like that you want on that back porch. Again, this is the master, and it's a brand new bathroom, brand new toilet, brand new vanity. Just everything in there is upgraded. It's a real nice layout, and it has a huge closet in here too, which I don't think I have any pictures of this huge closet master downstairs. This is the 2nd living room area. As you can see, it has a wood burning fireplace, which is always a plus. In Florida, because you know we're going to use that at least 3 months out of the year, but when we do, it's going to be a big deal, and we can actually put marshmallows in your own house. So it's kind of a fun. It's fun for us because we don't have to rely on it really for heat, but it's nice. It's going to cut your electric bill down a lot. And you've got the upstairs, where you have another 2 bedrooms up there, and then to the left is the hallway to the second bedroom downstairs and a bathroom. And then those are the steps I rave about pretty much every week. I have step envy here. These are so nicely done. They just did a really good job on those steps. They did a beautiful job. And here is another angle of the master bedroom, and that door is to that huge closet I was telling you guys about, which I don't have the pictures on the inside, but I have some upstairs pictures of closets that are pretty good size too. Oh, there it is. Look how huge that is for a 3rd bedroom closet. It's a huge closet. So there's a 5th bedroom then in that closet. No, not really. It's a big closet. So this is downstairs bathroom, and it's been all redone. As you can see, it's all up to date with the most modern look in that 2nd bathroom downstairs. So that's your guest bathroom. Like if actually, when you have guests come over, that's the one that they would be going into. And so you can see how beautiful that looks. And it has a nice vanity in there too. And this is another view of the living room area. So you can get kind of all the views in there. That's the other side of the bathroom with the brand new vanity in there. And vanity, new mirrors, new fixtures, pretty much new everything, new toilet. And this right here is the 3rd bathroom. That's the tile upstairs. So, and even that bathroom has more of a little rustic modern look, and it's very nice and stuff in there too. So that's nice. And this one is, which one is this one? This one, oh, that's the master again. Yeah, I was like trying to figure out. Sometimes when you get them all, they're all, and that's the bedroom the closet upstairs. So that is in the 3rd or 4th bedroom upstairs. It's huge, huge closet. And then there's another bedroom, which is upstairs. But as you can see, they're all good sized bedrooms and bathrooms. So this upstairs bathroom too, for a 3rd bathroom is just a normal good sized bathroom. And that's the one I was saying is rustic. Here's your garage floor. You can eat off right now until someone moves in there and drives on it. But right now it is neat as a pin, brand new fresh paint inside the garage, and the walls and the floors. Just really super, super clean. Like I always say, my garage will never look like that. Here's a back porch, and there's the little bar area from the kitchen, which you can serve out. If you're entertaining, you can open up this window and put your food right here and just entertain from this window. So you can be involved with your guests if they're outside on the back porch with that little window and stuff. So it's real nice. And as you can see, the roof is new. And it looks fresh. Everything looks fresh paint. The floor there in the back porch is freshly painted too. So it looks great. And the newer air conditioner too. So just everything on this house ready to go. Just need some furniture and to actually your toothbrush, some children if you have them. And just everybody move in here. It's a great house. And there's those front doors. I was saying there's beautiful, beautiful front doors. And again, I was supposed to have a offer come in on that yesterday. So hopefully, if you want to see it, will still be available, when you're ready to see it. And let's see, the next listing is 13007 Club Drive in Hudson. This one is in Beacon Woods as well. This house has a beautiful new kitchen. It's on the golf course in Beacon Woods. And again, both of them have very low HOA fees, community pools too. So if you want a pool but you don't want to pay to maintain it or to put it in, both of those homes, the one I just showed you on Stagecoach and this one, have a community pool which is included in the HOA. This one has brand new vanities, brand new again paint. This one has 2 bathrooms, but they're both brand new. This second living room here could be a 3rd bedroom if you like as well. So it's considered on the tax roll the 3rd bedroom, but they used it as a 2nd living room. So it's literally a 3-2, but we've changed the ad to a 2-2 just because of how she has it set up in there. It's all brand new tile floors, new fresh paint, new actual lighting, stainless steel appliances, new kitchen, new quartz countertops, just everything in there is just beautiful and brand new again. So these homes are show like brand new ones. They're older homes per se, but they are just basically redone and ready to move into. Again, she's relocating, so this is a great opportunity. Even has a little hood over the oven area, so it's a great layout and stuff too. And this one, I think we had it reduced it just $5,000 the other day. I want to say it's $314,900 now, and that's the outside of the third bedroom or the second living room area, depending on how you utilize it. So there is a private door there if you needed a 3-bedroom. You can see that air conditioning is brand new, and the windows are new. Everything in this house, again, fresh paint, newer air conditioner, or pretty much new air conditioner, has a nice porch on the back of it, and again, it's on the golf course and stuff too. I have another piece of land. It's on Fairview in Spring Hill. It is just under a half acre, and it's 96,000. It is located in Spring Hill, and it's, like I said, Fairview. You can see the houses next to it. There's some aerial shots and stuff for pretty good size houses. So these are 2 lots. We have to check the county restrictions as far as how many square foot you can put of a home on them. But usually the setbacks are in Hernando, and I have to verify it, but usually they're 5 foot from the side and 10 from the back. And then you have so many feet from the road too. But usually people set their houses back further. As you can see, that one's set back. But that's a lot of land to build a pretty good sized house on. So I don't know if you could build 2 houses because there's 2 lots, or if you need both those buildable lots to build the one. Again, we have to call Hernando and to verify that. The owners seem to think that we're going to need both those lots to build one house, but everything, of course, has to be verified through the county because they're the boss. So, but anyway, as you can see, it's just a beautiful trees already on the lot. Of course, we have to remove some of those if you're going to go ahead and build. But again, just a real nice neighborhood. The houses are next to it are very nice, very well kept and stuff. So you're going to have nice neighbors, as you can see, and it's right to the left of that house. So that's exactly where it's at and stuff. So if anyone wants to take a look at that, you can drive by. My sign's in the front yard, and let me know if you guys are interested in that lot or getting more information, or if you have a certain square foot home you're trying to build, I can verify it. And I also have a good builder that can help us out in building too. So everybody, I want you guys to stay tight. Sit tight. We're gonna be right back. We're going to talk about other ways to invest and just different ideas. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome. I'm Jessie Walters with Charles Rutenberg. I'm here today with the guest, Freddie Rappina. He is a financial advisor. And tell me a little bit about yourself, and tell everybody what you do and what all the letters after your name actually what they mean.
Alphabet soup after my name. Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, no problem.
I'm a financial advisor,
right.
But I do really like working with real estate investors.
Yeah, which is an anomaly, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
You were saying a unicorn.
Yeah, it's different. I think our firm, we just really understand how to build true wealth.
Right.
And not just, hey, we're going to invest all your money in the market, and we're hopefully
Right.
get this great rate of return, and in 30 years we'll give you back your money with some
Right.
interest, and you can buy your golden wheelchair or whatever you're
Yeah,
going to
golden
buy,
wheelchair, so
whatever,
sad.
whatever you're going to buy
Gosh,
with it.
that's sad, yeah.
Right? Yeah. So,
It's true though.
Yeah, because the market is great. Of course, we love investing in market. We love helping our clients achieve a good rate of return there, but it's just not how most people are able to achieve wealth. At some point, we have to talk about real estate and businesses,
Right.
and hopefully, we're talking about that sooner rather than later.
Right. That's good because a lot of people, well, when you talk to investment companies, they'll say, literally, here's your nest egg, and you just put it into that one basket. And then, like you were saying, when before we started, it was like they kind of diversify all your money, but don't really tell you where your money's going. And like you were saying,
right, and that's a good. I like to challenge people with that idea. Right, you hand your money over to, you buy a mutual fund, right?
Right.
But what is that investment company actually doing with the money,
right?
When they receive it, and why is not everybody saying like, well, shouldn't you be doing the same thing that the investment company, these big conglomerate companies are doing with it? And a lot of them are buying real estate, and to produce cash flow for themselves.
Right.
Why isn't the average person doing the same thing?
Right. Exactly.
It's going to be on a smaller scale, right? You're not going to be able to buy up,
millions
city
worth.
blocks like
Yeah.
they may be able to do.
We wish we could, but we can't. Yeah, exactly.
But maybe having a small portfolio of real estate to produce
Would be
income,
essential,
because income's the driver.
Right.
Income makes you rich, not just your portfolio.
It's good that you're open-minded like that, because a lot of, like I was saying, I've talked to a lot of financial advisors, and they're like, we're just going to take your money, we're going to put it in here, and then they're going to draw so much, they're going to get a kickback on your money, and then you're going to get a small kickback, which is probably going to go back into your investment, and then they tell you this number after so many years. And in fact, I had one, and they were saying it's going to go up. Well, they showed it going up, this astronomical amount, and I said, where did you get that amount from? And they said, well, that's another account that you should have that saved in. But if you weren't, like, I guess, because I'm a numbers person, all I do is numbers all the time. If I wasn't a numbers person, I would look at that and go, wow, this just grew. How did that happen? You know what I mean? In 10 years from now, I'm going to be a millionaire. You know what I mean? Cash. I'm going to have all this cash. But in reality, they were saying, like, well, this is off your income. You're going to put this into a safety fund. And then now this is part of this, not what their actual investment is actually doing. So it's like a computer program, and they just show you. So they show you this great number, and it looks fantastic, and then it's not realistic. You know what I mean?
Well, it depends on the risk tolerance of the person of how that money should be invested, right? But it's also after it's invested in the market and based on the risk tolerance, what are we doing to actually generate income, right? Because if you had $1 million in a 401k and you use the 4% safe pull down, which is whether that's truly safe or not is definitely a matter of opinion. But that still would only be $40,000. Right. Where are you retiring on $40,000? And you've saved $1 million. Right. But if that's what you're gonna use,
and the golden wheelchair is going to cost you at least 20 grand.
Well, it's just not enough income. Right.
True,
so
especially if you're used to, well, everything's gone through the roof. So if you're used to living on 80,000, and now you're supposed to get your nest egg supposed to give you 40, now you're living like a pauper, and all you did save your whole life.
Right. You saved your whole life. You gave your money over to either investment companies or insurance companies or some kind of other financial institution, and they took their money and did something different with it. Right. But again, it comes down to income. How are you going to generate income to be able to sustain a lifestyle that you want, right?
So you're saying do it all. Invest in stock market, invest in residential real estate if you can afford commercial real estate, depending on what assets you have.
Right. So as you said, the financial advisors are going to charge a fee, right?
Right.
I charge a fee as well. I charge 0.6%. For asset, or if you want to say it the cool way, it's 60 bips.
Right.
But what am I going to do with the money? Well, I'm going to take it. I'm going to put it in an account, right?
Right.
I'm going to put it in an account, and then I'm going to take small loans with this as the reserves, right? Purchase a cash flowing asset like a piece of real estate and or a business, and then the income that comes from that is what I'm going to use to pay for my kids' athletic expenses.
Right,
and,
yeah, it gets a little pricey, yeah.
and the vacations and everything
Yeah.
else. But I get to keep my assets. I keep to
Right.
keep the money that's in the account.
So you're keen on leveraging your assets or other people, so don't just take all your money and just throw it in somewhere, take that money and leverage it by
Yes, yeah.
by an income creating asset.
Right. Leverage your assets to be able to create income from an asset that is, generally coming from somewhere else, not your sweat, right? You're going to create passive income, and the passive income has the great tax advantages.
Yeah.
Right. If the money in your portfolio, you're going to pay capital gains on. So it's hard to be able to achieve the wealth without having those cash flowing assets like businesses and real estate.
Right. And when you say businesses, what do you mean by businesses?
I mean, you can buy McDonald's, you can buy you can buy franchises, you can invest in other businesses, you can start a business. So businesses help create income, right?
Right.
But those
and they stress in business.
well, not everybody wants to be a business owner, right?
Right.
But that has a certain skill set, right?
Well, it's risk versus reward with everything, So the more stress you have, the more money you're usually making,
So real estate is going to be more in line with most people's risk tolerance. You buy a piece of real estate, you have a property manager, rent it out, and manage it, and you're collecting a check every month, right?
Yeah, you don't have to get involved in that. Yeah, the ones I have are, so I do the everything on it, you know what I mean? The full schmeal with so if someone's water heater is broken, then I call. And so it's kind of interesting. I had this one lady call me, and we don't do property management per se, but I give advice and stuff like that. So she called and she said that the realtor is taking, so she had to get a water heater too, ironically, and when they give the bids, she takes the highest bid because the realtor gets 10% of the kickback on the repairs and stuff. So you got to be careful on that.
Yeah,
so
you got to hire
nibble
correctly.
away, nibble away at your income,
Yeah, hire good property managers. Right. But in my opinion, having them is very valuable.
Right.
Yeah. Because I like it just hands off. Like I don't know the first names of anybody who lives in any of my properties.
Oh, okay.
So it's just I just manage the managers at that point.
Yeah. So then I guess because I've always like talked with people and they're like investors, and they'll say I don't like to have anything out of state where I can't go and put hands on the property or like talk to the people But you don't mind doing that, you were saying.
That's a personal thing, right? I don't mind it. I invest in properties in places I've never even been to.
Yeah.
But that's not for everybody, right? Some people want to go and be more hands-on, but people need to understand that also where you live may not be the best place to invest.
Yeah,
because
true.
it may have a low cap rate.
Yeah.
Right? And that's usually a good sign, right? If you have a low cap rate in where you're living, it's probably a decent area, and that's why it has a low cap rate.
Right.
Whereas you might want to invest in other places that have maybe a little higher cap rate, right? So it really just depends on the individual, but it totally depends.
I like I call it the brick and mortar investment, only because literally you can see it. Yeah. I feel like the stock market, and not that I don't invest in it, but it's just that you put your money in and you're kind of like, okay, you kind of kiss it goodbye, because it could go one day it's there and you know what I mean, it's gone and it's up and it's.
But when your income is not dependent on the market going up or down, because eventually it will go up, right? It does go up over time. But when your income is not dependent on it, you don't freak out when it goes down. It's like, oh, I can't get a bigger loan than I could yesterday because you don't have as much in reserves. But I feel like our job at our firm is to make you look really good to a lender. Right?
Okay.
Right. So I want to make sure that you look really good So
Right.
you can, so you're going to be able to qualify for more loans or
Right.
bigger loans, whatever.
Show more leverage.
More leverage
Right.
to be able to invest in that cash flowing asset like a piece of real estate.
Right.
So that it's, I understand it's a little bit different than you may have heard from a lot of
Yeah.
financial
Oh, yeah,
advisors.
yeah.
And I just challenge people, like, go to your financial advisor and say, how many properties do you own?
Yeah.
If the answer is like one,
Yeah, I know.
and
yeah,
you're a real
exactly.
estate investor or you
Yeah.
want to build wealth, that may not be the best place
yeah,
for
the
you.
best well, especially if you, well, like I said, I like to see what I own. If I have the asset, I like to see whatever. And a lot of my clients will say, well, rather have a rental, but then if they are managing it themselves, then there is things that come along with it, like, evictions and people
Right.
that trash the place.
And especially in eviction, because you may not have the skill set to be able to deal with that, right?
Right.
Whereas a good property manager would, right?
Yeah.
But also, it's a cost of doing business, right?
Right,
You
right.
have a little bit. If you're owning real estate, you have a little business,
Yeah.
and there's a cost of doing business,
Right.
and that cost is the property manager.
Yeah, that's what I would say. Well, at least, like, as far as, okay, so with stock market, you're like this. Real estate, you're pretty much like this. You might have a tenant and then you have to redo some stuff. So it's
Right.
kind of like stock market. It seems
Yeah.
like a slower kill,
Yeah.
So it's not as painful to watch anyway,
Well, I mean, it's not a capital appreciation play,
Yeah.
investing in real estate. It's not a buy low, sell high play.
Yeah.
That is more of the market, right? You want to buy low,
Right.
you want to sell high. In real estate, in my opinion, it's more of the cash flow, right? Sometimes you may not want your properties to go up in value because
Yeah.
then it makes the property next to it more expensive. And
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I was going to buy that place, and now
Now
and
I
now it
can't
went up.
afford it.
And now it
Yeah.
went up a little bit. So
Yeah.
you kind of, it's actually sometimes a good thing to have it a little flat, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so you can purchase more.
Yeah, exactly. True. Yeah. You leveraging well, I guess if you buy it good at any point, and then it's sad to see everybody else go up around you. I mean, you're happy for them, but
Yeah.
you're sad for yourself, because you're like you said, monopoly,
Yeah, it's very important if you have the property go up in value. It's also great if you're going to cash out refinance it, right?
Right.
And you're going to hopefully, you might take that money and purchase another property with it.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not a bad thing for it to go up in value. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, but it's also not it shouldn't be the primary
Yeah.
goal. The primary goal is cash flow.
So for me, for Florida, or for like my clients and stuff like that, they want the properties to stay level, only because here, unless you homestead it, you don't have that cap of the, capping off the taxes. So if you homestead it, it'll go up like 3% a year, your taxes. But if you don't homestead it, then when all your neighbors' properties go up, then your taxes get to go up too. So it's a little painful, when you see everybody go up, only because you get that tax bill and you're like, what happened? Which is good. But then it's, it's bad too. It's a good when you eventually sell it, or like you said, take a loan against it to get something else,
Right. It's possible to lose.
Yeah.
It is possible. It's like any type of
Yeah.
investment. But, it's one of those investments has great tax benefits and can create income. So it's something that people should, in my opinion, should look at.
So you do each person a little differently, or you pretty much have the same, like in other words, do you sit down with each person and then you give them their own specific plan, or do you feel like usually you suggest real estate, or what is your?
No, well, we want to work with people who have that abundant mindset, right? They want to build wealth, all right? They're not just going to hand us savings and expect this fantastic rate of return. Because think about it, if I could do that, I would just do that all day.
Yeah,
right. I would do that for
yourself.
myself. I would do if I could spin straw into gold, I would just do that all day.
Yeah.
Right. So it's based on what they want. And when you talk about the leverage, well, leverage is going to be different for everybody, right? But it's what you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
Right? What risk are you comfortable with?
Right.
But it does come down to that whole thing, like how are we going to create the income? Because generating income from just a stock portfolio,
Right.
it's hard. You need a lot.
Right.
And the general, upper middle class person is not going to be able to generate that kind of income from that kind of portfolio without help somewhere.
Right. Yeah, because I know a lot of with stock market going up and down, a lot of people will come to me and say, oh, this was this much, or say, this was 50,000 more, and now look, my poor retirement, And I'm one of those people that do try to find money where there's no money, and I'll say, well, how much equity do you have in your house? How many years you got left on your car payment? You're just try to see if there's any way to help them find a piece of gold in there,
you want to keep
some type of income.
You're running your own business, right? So you want to keep expenses down, right? It's like anything else,
right?
But it's really about how do you create the income?
Yeah.
Because the income solves all the problems, right?
True. Oh, yeah.
You're not worried about the market when you have the income to support your lifestyle from that you know is coming in every single month.
Yeah. So if you're used to, just to throw, as an example, if you're used to making $100,000 a year, and then when you turn 65, or 62, or whatever, you're going to retire, and now you're on $30,000 a year based on your portfolio, your stock market, or your 401k, or whatever it is you have, then you're going to feel like you're almost, homeless. You know what I mean? You're just used to that coming in.
Yeah, I like to challenge the whole idea of the traditional retirement. Why can't we build a wealth now?
Yeah.
Why do we have to put money in the market for 30 years and pray that it generates that kind of rate of return so we can finally afford the lifestyle that we want? Why can't we build it now?
Yeah, because, the only reason it would be good to take the income, I guess, later would be because your tax bracket would be lower because now you're retired, so you're taking your income later. But then do you have the income to even take then at that point?
If you do it right, your taxes will be low.
Right.
Because
that's why you gotta call him.
Remember you're generating passive income from real estate.
Yeah.
Which has a passive loss that offsets it.
Right.
Right? You're not using your assets. Right?
Yeah,
you're getting a loan, which is
you're paying interest. So, so you write that off.
You're cash out refining a property. You're doing something that creates debt.
Right.
All right. I'm one of the few financial advisors out there that will say this out loud. I love debt. I love the kind of debt that produces income. I'm not talking about running up your credit card or Walmart or anything like that. I'm talking about having debt that it produces income.
Right.
Understanding how debt works, how debt can help you, and understanding the tax code, in my opinion, is more advantageous to somebody than trying to figure out which mutual fund is going to get a better rate of return than another mutual fund. There's just so much more that can be done there, and the whole tax issue should be non-existent.
Right.
Because if you do it right, your tax bracket your taxes should be pretty low. Because it's how you're earning the money.
Right, and you're the guy to talk to. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. We're going to talk more about this and more information and contacts so you guys can reach out and talk to them direct. So everybody stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hi, I'm Jessie Walters. I'm here with Freddie Rappina today. We are talking about investments and different ways as a financial planner to actually put real estate in there, and I didn't bribe him to say this, you guys. He actually is actually encouraging real estate with financial planning, which is an awesome way, different ways to think about it, because I know most of you guys just go to financial planners and thinking stock market, mutual funds, 401ks, and then they with the real estate, they're like, she's bad, because I will get you guys investing in real estate and trying to put I did a show, and it was like, I called it like side hustle, and it was all like, how can I make real estate or money out of just real estate, that where some people, were, I guess, basically like having problems with paying payments. So I'm like, rent out a room, rent out this, do this. And so we talked all about it and everything. So we're always, and everybody who watches is always into different ways to make money and turn it into, instead of just having your one rental property, how to turn into two rental property,
Right, yeah.
This is what we're pretty much talking about. So, and with that being said, I know that the Fed is about to raise the rates again. So how is that affecting you? Because
well, it's going to affect everybody, right?
Right.
But if you're doing things correctly, it shouldn't be a problem. It shouldn't be as big of a problem as people make it out to be, right? If you're producing, you have cash flowing assets, you have a good portfolio, you have all this stuff kind of set, then the Fed rate might be like, a rainy day,
Right.
of course, but it shouldn't be completely derailing you.
Right.
Because the Fed rate, the way I kind of give the analogy now, like the current way the Fed rate is working, you ever wake up in the morning and you're like, man, I'm just not feeling it today. I don't have the energy that I want.
Right.
What's the first thing you do in the morning then?
Coffee.
You drink coffee, right?
Yep.
Okay. What does coffee have in it? What?
Caffeine.
Caffeine, right?
My
yeah, okay.
favorite thing.
So sometimes
I got one right here.
all right, so
Sorry,
right
tell
there.
me more.
So sometimes the economy needs a little pick-me-up, right?
Right.
It's a little pick-me-up. All right. So the Fed's going to adjust the rate to try to give the economy a little pick-me-up.
Right.
And there's going to be times at night that you need to go to sleep, but you're kind of wired, right?
Right.
And like, oh, man, I just have trouble sleeping. So you might have a glass of wine, just to
Right.
wind down, right? Okay, so those would be like normal things, right? That
Right.
kind of creates this. All right, well, I want to be a little bit sleepy. I want to be a little bit,
Right.
or I want to have a little more energy. Caffeine, maybe a glass of wine.
Right.
But right now we are, we're taking uppers
Yeah.
and taking downers.
Right.
We're doing like. We're swallowing some pretty heavy pills right now. We're like
Right.
taking sleeping pills to try to take
Yeah.
the money out of the economy, and we're and
Then trying to hype up the
and really
economy at the
taking
same
up
time.
and taking some serious uppers to be able to put money in the economy,
Right.
We know intuitively what would that do to our body.
Yeah.
Is the caffeine and one glass of alcohol really going to affect our health?
Yeah. No.
Not so much,
Yeah.
right? But taking hardcore prescription pills,
Yeah, then it might.
then
Yeah.
it might affect the engine
Yeah.
a little bit. So that's kind of how I describe the interest rates right now, and
Yeah.
we'd need to get off of these,
Yeah.
these big pills and go back to like a little bit of coffee,
Yeah.
and a glass of
Baby
wine.
steps. Well, yeah, that's the thing is I think, in 2008, interest rates were about the same, and they were like, well, this is why the economy crashed. Well, not so much. They were just lending money to everybody, but I think a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, these are the highest interest rates ever. And they're not, because we saw them in 2006, 10%, and hard money lenders were, way up, because everybody was just trying, again, at that point, trying to grab any housing, and they approved everybody, but now they're very stringent on approving now. You have to have,
Right.
actually a portfolio to actually, you can't just go in and say, like they
hey,
say,
I have $1 million. Give me a house.
yeah,
no documents whatsoever.
yeah, no documentation loans. Those, they are back, but they're not like they were, and the interest rates are still under what they were, so there's a lot of positives that I see, but then of course I'm in sales, so people are like whatever, and I am an eternal optimist as well, so I'm always like it'll be fine.
I'm an optimist as well, but it's all about building that great portfolio both with the market and the real estate.
Yeah.
So it's just like interest rates are up. it sucks.
Yeah.
But that's it, right? It's
Yeah.
not like oh my God, the whole world's coming down. And
Yeah.
it's just it won't affect you as much if you have a good plan and
Yeah.
you're building wealth.
Right. If you have goals.
If you're building
Yeah.
wealth and not just
Payments.
saving money,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
If you're just saving money in a bank, that would be inflation is going to eat you up, right?
Right,
It's a guaranteed loss.
Yeah, true.
But if you're investing in the market and then taking small loans to purchase real estate and getting the cash flow from that, you're
building your portfolio, and it's not affecting you as much.
Right.
I think it hasn't really been affecting my past customers, but it's the adjustable rate mortgages. They're the ones, you know what I mean, who, and you don't, as a realtor, you don't really know what they signed up for till you're sitting at the table with them, the closing table, and you're like, they did an ARM or adjustable rate mortgage, and you're kind of surprised, but then you don't know when it's going to hit them and all that stuff either. Like and then I think the mortgage brokers will say, well, as soon as it goes down again, you can refinance again. And so I think if it does go down, which I don't project it to go down anytime soon, but a lot of people will be refinancing what they already have, to get the money out of there. But I like how you think on, you have this much being built up, or you have this much available in this asset, or so take that asset, leverage that asset, get another asset, take that asset, leverage,
Yeah, it's
like
all about the leverage, because like I said, the market's it just takes too long. It's not bad. It just takes too long for people that didn't start out with $7 million.
To build that, to
build it up
by patiently waiting for that's what I was saying. The plans that they have, they're kind of I want to say puffed up, but they look great, and then you realize like it's a computer program, and then at the end you always end up with like $1 million or $2 million if you do this plan. And then usually when the plan is done, you're either, like you said, in a golden wheelchair, or the actual money, if you would have put it into real estate historically has always gone up to 4 to 6% a year. Before we had these big, huge increases. So you have an asset that's actually growing more than the interest rates in the bank, which are like 1%,
Yes. Real estate's going to go up over time, right? Which is great, right? It's going to create more leverage, right? For you to be able to hopefully purchase more cash flowing assets. But I hate this whole idea. This is me personally, right?
Yeah.
Other people have different opinions on this. I hate this idea that you're in it for the long haul with investing in the market. I might be dead, right? When this
No one gets out alive.
When this value of this money gets to this whatever you had on the computer program, like I want to build wealth now. I want my clients to build wealth now and be able to enjoy their life. But you know who else is not in it for the long haul besides me?
Who's that?
Like pretty much any company you give your money to.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
True,
so they're not in it for the long haul, right? They're trying to create income right now.
Right.
You give your money to a mutual fund company, they're trying to create money right now, right? You give your money to a bank, they're trying to create money right now. You give your money to an insurance company, they're trying to create money right now.
True.
But they're telling you, you're in it for the long haul.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to cost you this much a month, but you're not going to get. Yeah, true. That's true. I never thought of it like that. It's kind of sad, really, because I think it's. I mean, I don't want to say the American way, but I think that you're raised to do certain things, and then that's one of them is to when you contact a normal. I'm not that you're not normal, but a financial planner,
not
an abnormal. When you find an abnormal financial planner, that they put you into these, you're either here or here or here, and then this is, and depending on the age that you're starting to make this retirement asset, they put you into these categories, and then that's where you sit, and they don't do really much for you after you invest it because they're making money, and you're making money, but you're not making the money that you may in your mind be projected to make. Or like you said, you may be making that money and that asset's going to be there, but you may not be around to enjoy it. Because,
I kind of like it. I have this whole analogy of checkers and chess, right? So the middle class has just been just force-fed checkers.
Right.
And meanwhile, the wealthy are playing chess, right? And I tell people you may not be able to play the game on the same scale that the proverbial 1% can play it on, but you can still play it. Right? And you can and you can do as best as you can during your lifetime, and then your heirs pick up the torch and makes it bigger and bigger and bigger, and next thing you know, your last name is over here now, right? Because it's just getting out of that mindset that I feel like too many people have been force-fed, and there's a lot of financial advisors out there, a lot of financial pundits that are teaching checkers, and there's nothing wrong with checkers. Just don't think for a second that it's chess. It's not chess, right? And if you're going to do the middle class, save in a retirement fund, pray for 30 years that you're going to be able to retire, be good at it, right? Save diligently, have no debt, like that's great. If you're going to play checkers, play it well, have no debt. But if you're going to play chess, you got to get over the debt thing.
True. Yeah, because that's a totally different way to think. Because you always, you think of, I can't wait to pay off the house, pay off this, but then you're stagnant,
Oh yeah, I'd never want to pay off my house.
Yeah, I can deduct my interest, my mortgage interest on my.
Well, it's not even just about that. It's like I have more capital available to me to be able to buy an asset to cover that payment. Right. As soon it doesn't matter how big your mortgage is, if you have money coming in from other sources without you having to do all the work to cover it.
True.
It's covered. So that's good. Right. So but again, you got to use it the correct way. And if you're not going to be that person, don't be that person. Be the person that's going to pay off your house and live debt free.
And you
just don't think you're ever going to be wealthy doing that.
Yeah, you're going to be happy in your home. You're
going to be very content.
I find that if you max yourself out on that home though and all that too, then they don't have, because they used to have a lot. In 2008, 2010, a lot of reverse mortgages. So people would get all that money. And then some would, like I'd see them, some would go travel and some would go, but they would never, it seems like they would never set themselves up. So then as it got more out, you would see these older people who couldn't afford to do their roofs, and because they had gone hog wild with the money, like we were talking about earlier. It's like with $100,000, I mean, even now you could spend $100,000 pretty quickly, with the economy, with milk being like $5 a jug and, all that stuff. So I think that if I obviously talk to someone who knows what they're doing, how to take that money out correctly with the right tool out of. Right.
It's how to create more income from the money. Having a paid off house doesn't mean like you have no more expenses. You still have the house, and the house is, any homeowners knows, there's still going to be expenses. Right. You still have taxes, right? In seminars, I joke about the movie Happy Gilmore because that's the reason why Grandma had to go live with Ben Stiller, is because she couldn't afford the taxes on that house. She was old. I mean, that house was probably paid off maybe 20, 30 years ago in that fictional story. But still, you have expenses, and things are going to go up over time. So you need income to be able to offset those expenses that are inevitably going to go up.
Right. Yeah, that's good. It's interesting because I guess it's a new way, not a new way to think, but I never really thought, because that's what, having them come on the show, I'm always like financial advisors. I'm always like, Yeah. And I'm like, well, hopefully this doesn't turn into me analyzing you to death and like you going, I'm never going back on that show ever again, But it's interesting that you're actually up on, the market, and you're up like the real estate market, the actual stock market, it's like it's more tools to help you make money,
It's how do we build wealth?
Right.
How I make money is managing people's paper assets. I charge 0.6% for that. And some people that watching this will be like, wow, he's cheaper than most financial advisors. You know why I'm cheaper than most financial advisors?
Why is that?
Because I buy real estate.
Yeah.
And I have cash flowing assets.
Yeah, you're like, I don't need that much money to help you make that much
I don't need to bleed it out from the clients, because I'm purchasing cash flowing assets. I actually practice what I preach.
Yeah, that's good
so
too.
It allows me to be more affordable.
Yeah. We were talking on break, but I had dealt with a financial advisor, and it was a friend, and I'm hopefully not watching this, but he was giving me suggestions and stuff like that. So what I normally do is, and this is years ago, but what I normally is like, how many what do you have? Like, how is this helping you? You know, you turn it on the person that's going to help you. It's kind of like, you know, how many houses do you have? How much are you investing? How long have you been investing? When will you retire? And you ask the person those questions. And like you said, you practice what you preach. And a lot of financial advisors have just got their licenses and they're new at it. They don't have any assets. And then you might be successful, but you're taking advice from someone who just got into the business.
Well, when you were a brand new realtor, you haven't sold your first house yet, right? So it doesn't mean you didn't know anything. You just hadn't sold your first house yet.
Right.
So I mean, you know, it comes with the experience. But yeah, we do practice what we preach for sure.
That's good.
So and you know, and our clients are able to kind of use our network. When someone buys a piece of real estate, we don't make any revenue from that.
Exactly.
Right. So you make the revenue, right?
Yeah. Call me. And here's your actual information, contact information on here too. So if anybody has any questions, obviously we'll have them back on the show. So if there's questions, or you can put that under the ads for questions, or you can contact them direct. If you need immediate questions, and you can kind of go over that. And there are still bargains out there with real estate, but there's more, you know, if you're looking for return on rent versus purchasing, all that stuff, you can help. Obviously, I can help. So, you know, just give either one of us a call. We can help you hook up with, you know, actually how to make money out of your money that you actually have now, or how to get a plan for the future, right? Because that's
all about planning.
Yeah. That's the key. So everybody, thanks for joining us, and thank you for joining me today. And if anyone has any questions, just email or give us a call. Everybody have a blessed day.